how's it going? I hope you're doing good. Welcome back to another video. I am currently just in the middle of doing work. It is 2 o'clock on a Tuesday. I was gonna film yesterday, but we got back late from camping and hiking over the weekend, and Monday was literally a day full of meetings and admin, so just didn't really get a chance to film. So today I'm working on 3 different client jobs, so that's fun. It's going to be a busy day, but all good. And I'm also building, as I always do, a new little React Native app that is actually related to kind of recording and scripts and stuff, which is actually really fun. So yeah, I'm gonna just finish making this coffee and then get into some work. All right. Oh, Christ. So the day completely got away with me yesterday, but I got everything done. New websites launched, finished up some contracting work, did some outreach, did some emails and admin. So it was a proper full-on day, and everything took me twice as long because I had a week off last week, and that put my head in holiday mode. And I'm also now picking up more work to account for the week off, because you don't really get holiday pay when you're freelance. There's one downside to it, but we make it work. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish up some work. I've got some meetings today, but it is roasting outside. It is a proper clear day. I was hoping to get out just after lunch, but I've got a meeting at 1, so I'm gonna do that, and then I think I'm gonna go get outside and get in the sun for a little bit and sort out my calendar, which is always a good thing to do. So that's what I want now. I also I've just got a new app that I made in like a day or 2 on test flight. It's basically do you know what? I'll just show you, because it makes a lot more sense. So write your script of all the things that you want to talk about, because I always forget about these things. Obviously this is just a little basic script I've got, but it also allows you to still preview yourself whilst you're filming, and you can read your script. I'm sure there's apps like this out there, but I had the idea and it was something that I would use, so I thought I'd make it. You can do full screen, and there's a max record time that I need to change. But yeah, you can also minimize the view. But yeah, thought it was quite cool. You can still see yourself, see what you're filming. So yeah, that's where it's at currently. Obviously, I've got a couple of things to fix there, but let me know what you think, and let me know if you'd use it. It's on test flight, so if anyone wants to try it out, give it a go. But that's basically it. But yeah, that's the app. It's been quite fun to make, actually. React Native, used a bit of Claude Code to get all of the boilerplate stuff up, and it's super simple. It's basically like 2 files, super straightforward. And yeah, I think I'll probably just iron out some of the kinks and get it up on the App Store so people can try it. But anyway, I'm roasting. I'm gonna do this meeting and then get outside for a little bit, and I'll catch up with you later. I'm so glad I got out yesterday and enjoyed the sun, because in true Vancouver fashion, it is chucking it down today. Like, proper grizzly day. And yeah, goes to show you gotta get what you can. This week has kind of kicked my ass, because I took a whole week off yesterday, which was so nice. Didn't look at my emails, I kind of miss coding, but it was also nice to be out and about, just going on walks and in the mountains and just exploring places and driving about. It was super nice, but it just meant that this week, you can probably tell I sound like I've got a cold. I think it's hay fever or man flu. Yeah, just this week has kind of kicked my ass, if I'm honest. So I'm catching up with, I've pretty much caught up on all my work now. Had some launches to do and they've all gone well so far. So it's kind of slowing down a little bit again, which is nice. Can kind of find my feet again, and I'm gonna work on the app that I've been making, this like teleprompter app. Working title is Q camera, which the more I see it, the more it kind of sucks. It's quite good. I've got it on test flight and it's working really well. Only issue I have currently, it works great in portrait, but when we go to landscape, the video preview disappears. You can still read the script, but you can't see the preview, so I need to work out where that preview window is landing in relation to the device. And also I have an issue when we switch in camera at the moment. It stops the recording. Isn't ideal, it's not the end of the world, but before I put it out, I just want to get that sorted. And then it's kind of done. I'm just using the Expo Secure Store for the scripts, so it just saves them on the device and it's encrypted. I did just have it in local storage and it was unencrypted, but I don't think anyone would have anything too important that needs encrypting, but I also think that everything that you own should be encrypted and you have your right to privacy. So I think whenever I make things, I think, would I want that? Or, you know, with security in mind, I think it's one of those that you can't cheap out on. And it was basically, I only had to change the implementation of the storage, so it was pretty straightforward. I also need to fix the time limit, the record limit, because I think it's too low, and I think I might just remove the record limit. And yeah, that's it. So I've got to do some 9 to 5 work today. So I'm gonna get through that first, and then I'll be working on the app later. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, how's it going? So I have just finished my work for some of my freelance clients, and I'm now going to get to work on this new app that I've decided to make and I built in like a day or two. Yeah, it's been quite good. It's been a really fun project actually, and it's pretty straightforward. It's actually nice to work on something that just has one sole purpose rather than a million different things. And also just build something new. I know what I'm like, I end up building like too many different things and not really finishing many of them, but I think it's all good. It's all part of the process and part of learning as well, and just learning new things and doing all of that jazz. So yeah, really enjoying it so far. So yeah, this is it. It's Q camera, and this is the little logo that I made in Figma, which is quite fun. It's just circles, and it's pretty simple, but it kind of gets the point across. I'm probably going to change the name. If anyone has any ideas of good names to use, then please let me know. But this is where we're currently at. We've got it so you can write a script in here, and you can do whatever you want. This is just running in Expo Go at the moment. I do have it on test flight as well, but I'm recording on my phone. Hence, part of the reason I built this was because I use my phone to film. I'll get a camera at some point, but it's not really I don't need it right now. And I normally film with the 3 cameras at the back of my iPhone because they're better quality, but when I want to get something across or just write, like have a script essentially, when I want to have a script, it's hard to do because I don't have my phone if there was a camera at the phone. So this allows you to record a video while still reading your script. It works landscape and portrait. One thing I do need to figure out is these areas, because on my actual phone on device and test flight, this preview window, you can't see anything at the moment because obviously I've got no camera, but it's not on the screen. So I need to revise this and figure out what the bounds are for this, because here it's fine. I think it works really well just popping up here out the way of the script. We can go full screen, we can flip it around, we can minimize it, we can just swap the camera from front to back, and we can also lock it. So one thing I found was that when I was scrolling it, because this whole thing is a text area, it meant that it kept bringing up the keyboard, which was pretty annoying when you're just trying to scroll. So this allows you to still be able to scroll, but it locks the actual text input, which is cool. And then obviously we've got the record button. It doesn't work in Expo Go because of no camera. But this is basically it. It's the index page that loads the scripts. Everything is done with local storage. I'm not doing any databases, no user sign-in or anything. Down the line I might do that if people use it and you want to be able to sync things, but I don't think it really matters. There's one file for recording. I do need to update a few things. The max time for recording, I think I just set it, yeah. So the actual method that I'm using to record the video itself actually stops the recording. Yeah, flipping camera during a recording results in stopping it, so that's interesting. And I wonder if there is an alternative, but it doesn't look like there is. So that is very interesting. So maybe that's just going to be a limitation of what we have. I don't think it's too bad because the whole purpose of it is to be able to read the script. If it stops the recording, you can just continue, but you can create a new recording and then stitch them together. I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. If it is, once people use it, then we can change it, but I'm just going to roll with it for now because I think that makes sense. So I actually created a brand new React Native application with TypeScript and using Expo. And I feel like every time I use this, there's something else that's an issue. I'm getting a lot of TypeScript errors, which I've never had before, but it must be something with the configuration, but I've done a completely fresh config, so let's just make it make sense. Why is it so confusing? One thing I will say is that Expo and EAS make uploading or creating a build and uploading it to the App Store and Android stores so easy. Yeah, it's so worth using it. It just makes life so much easier. I can't imagine the faff you'd have to do without it. This is me just creating a build. Hopefully there's no, oh yeah there is, no I'm not going to show that because there's credentials and things in there, but basically run a command line, it connects to my EAS account, creates the build, and then I can just push the build to Apple Connect and it's done, and it's so easy. So I'm just going to do this and then I'm going to give a quick run through the app once it's done and I've got it on test flight, and then we can go from there. So I've got the new version of the app on test flight. I'm currently using it to film this part of the video. So I'll cut in and show the recording and the screen recording to show it in action. But I'm actually really happy with how this is going so far. It's not bad for a build day and a few more to tidy it up. So it's amazing how quick I think we can build with what we have these days. I did use Claude, Sonnet 4 and Opus, the new bundles, to troubleshoot and do some boilerplating to save me some time, but it's nuts how good these things are getting. So yeah, this is basically the app so far. let me know your thoughts, and if you'd like to try it out, let me know. I'm going to do some work on another project called Isla, which I've mentioned before, but I'm kind of bringing it back in full force, and I'm probably going to film that tomorrow and put it at the end of this video. But it's been really cool to get that back and to interview some founders and some makers and designers and devs and stuff. So yeah, this is it so far. Obviously a little bit of teething issues. The horizontal view works for filming and everything, but as you can probably see here, the preview disappears, which isn't good. So yeah, but let me know your thoughts. Hey, how's it going? So I'm gonna finish this video up here. I've just finished up work for the day. It's now Friday. It's been a pretty busy one all round. I think I'm getting a cold, which kind of sucks, but the first week of work back is always a tough one. I've just finished up a newsletter that's going out next week for Isla, which is I Started Life As, and that is where I interview entrepreneurs, builders, developers, creatives, all the kind of thing. I started it years ago and did a couple, and it kind of fell off a little bit, but I'm in touch with some really cool people and getting a chance to interview some really cool people. So that is going out next week, and I'm going to start ramping that up now and probably do some videos on it as well because it's really interesting. And down the line, I would like to record some interviews rather than doing it in a written form. So if I should interview anyone in particular, please let me know. I'm always looking for people to do that with. I'm going to continue building this app and hopefully get it. I'm just going to aim for next week to get it out on the App Store, because I really don't think it needs much more. It just needs a lot of tidying up and faffing about, really. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please drop it a like and subscribe. I think about 9:55. So if we can get to 1,000 before the mid-June, which is my first full year of YouTube, so that'd be sick. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.